So if you are new to my channel, you might not know that the majority of my life I am either working, studying, or sleeping for that matter. Some of the brightest and most fulfilling parts of my life have nothing to do with school, work, and they come in the form of my hobbies. I feel like when we grow up, the concept of hobbies become less normalized and even socially acceptable, especially in America with hustle culture. We're ingrained to think that if what we're doing isn't quote unquote productive, if it isn't producing income, it's not a good use of our time. I could not disagree with the sentiment more. My hobbies and hobbies in general, they just make your life so much richer. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through a week of all my hobbies. So let's get right into it. The first thing that we are doing today is we are checking off another local coffee shop. One of my biggest passions in life is finding cute little coffee shops to study at. In a world full of Starbucks, be a locally owned coffee shop. Not to get political, but coffee shops are kind of a culprit to foster democracy because you're bringing people with all different ideas and plopping them all in the same building over a unifying beverage, which is bean water. I actually have a running list on my phone of local coffee shops that I want to try, and I'm actually going with my sister. She has the day off from work but still has some computer work, so I thought what better way to socialize but then also get some computer work done. We have places to go and coffee to drink. Chop chop. All right, we've made it to the coffee shop. I decided on Walden Coffee. It's in Northeast Minneapolis. The best part is there's free parking. There are so many cute coffee shops in downtown St. Paul, in downtown Minneapolis, like Fragment, Backstory, but you pay hourly parking. So if you're at the coffee shop for like 5 hours, you're probably paying like $10-15 just to park. That is a perk of this place. It's a really cute house. Whoever lives there, good job. I will do just a small vanilla latte, please. And then I'll do one of the brownies as well. That is refreshingly affordable.
Only gonna get more expensive as it goes on.
Oh, it's like the tariffs. I know, I bet. And here literally 5 minutes and I'm already adding this one to the rotation because they have al fresco seating. You can eat in it, you can study in and outside, free parking, the food is affordable, and the vibes are immaculate. So contrary to popular belief, I don't go out to coffee twice a day, every single day. That's not part of my usual routine, but nevertheless, here we are. My book club and I are meeting for our monthly meeting, and we decided to come to Smith Coffee. This is the cutest coffee shop. On some Thursday nights, they have pizza night. It's in Eden Prairie, which is like 30 minutes outside of the city, so it's a bit of a trek, but this place is worth it. We're gonna head on in, try not to get absolutely soaked. This is my second time coming here. If it were closer, I would come here to study all the time. Next day, we're about to embark to do two of my favorite things. First, we are going to bike to the craft store. Biking is one of the most fun things in life. It's great exercise and it's just fun using it as a form of transportation. If I can bike there and the weather is compliant, I'm biking there. I have gotten really into scrapbooking the past year and I love to print out pictures. I'll do like a monthly scrapbook page where I put pictures from what I did that month. So we are heading to Walgreens. That's where I like to print my pictures. Always have digital coupons. So if you order prints from Walgreens, make sure you use a coupon. Usually it's at least like 30-40% off your order. Another service that my husband used, which I didn't know this was a thing, it's called free prints. You literally only pay for shipping on your prints and you get all your photos for free. But he just ordered like 100 4x6 and he just paid like a couple bucks for shipping. There's my helmet. I'm in the market for a new helmet. I've been using the same one that I got at safety camp in 6th grade. Let's hit the road. biking and the wind blew me into one direction, and I just happened to end up in one of my favorite thrift store slash bookstores. So you can't fight nature. Nature blew me in here. But I guess on that note, I love thrifting. I used to thrift a lot more. Found when I was thrifting a lot, I was accumulating a lot of stuff that I didn't necessarily need. Even though it's cheap and used and more sustainable, it still is shopping. I don't necessarily think shopping is a great hobby. In moderation, it's fine, but I think it's like a quick fix dopamine hit opposed to actually bringing you joy. But every once in a while, it's very fun. Store was 50% off. I got this book, hardcover, colored television. I've been wanting to read this. And I got Badass Habits. I got both of them for $2 total. So, like I said, I've gotten really into scrapbooking, but scrapbooking surprisingly could be a very expensive hobby. Take the scrapbooking aisle, for example. If you wanted a pack of stickers for $7.99. No, ma'am, we don't do that. Okay, so on the crafting topic, this is my crafting setup. I got this bin from Michael's, and this is what I organize all my craft supplies in. I honestly need to like reorganize it, but I have like glue sticks and pictures that I want to craft with, glue, hot glue gun. Some of like the random stuff that I want to scrapbook with, I'll just throw in there. And then this one has like scrapbooking paper. This has more decorative supplies, so like scissors, beads, like picture stickers. I'll just throw it all in here, and then when I'm scrapbooking, I'll come in here and find like pictures that I want to put on each template. That is what I use right now. And then I collect magazines, so all of these, like I get on trips, like I got these in Orange County and whatnot, and sometimes I'll use these to like mood board with or just collage with. This is my current scrapbook. I will give you a sneak peek into what some of my spreads look like if you want inspo on how I do. Okay, so this is a spread, like I have some Polaroids, and then I'll print off pictures. Sometimes I'll like write a little blurb. So this was just a night out with friends that I documented. This was a spread that I did in Arizona. I actually got engaged on this trip. I just put like the receipt for our dinner. When I left my last job, I did like a spread for there. So that's just to provide a little bit of inspiration. I know sometimes scrapbooking can be very daunting. It's like, okay, so I'm just gonna scrapbook everything in my life up to this point. I like to do it monthly, and I look forward to it, like at the end of each month, getting to do that month's spread. But that is what we are doing tonight. I'm watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, so I'm gonna put that on, watch that while I scrapbook, and it is just so relaxing and creative, and I love it. About another one of my favorite hobbies, which is baking. My baking era is very sporadic. Usually in the fall, winter, that's when I bake the most. The summer, I don't really bake a lot. It's obviously very dependent on the weather and if I want to be in the kitchen or not. I'm teetering back into my baking era. Tomorrow, it's my sister-in-law's birthday party, so I'm going to make her some donuts. I love to try new recipes. My husband's grandma's cookbook. So sometimes like I'll come in here and just pick a random recipe to make. I also keep a bunch of cookbooks right here that if I'm feeling creatively uninspired, I'll literally just like flip through one and decide I'm going to make this. I'm a firm believer in having physical cookbooks. Even if you don't buy them, sometimes I will rent them from the library, flip through them, and then pick one or two that I want to make and then return the cookbook. But I love having a physical cookbook. Don't get me wrong, I love Pinterest. I love picking recipes off Pinterest. Sometimes there's just something about having like a physical book where you like read each ingredient and it feels very nostalgic. So we are going to go get some ingredients to make those donuts. Buttermilk. I've never bought buttermilk before. Getting everything except what I came here for. Okay, folks, we are about to embark on another one of my favorite hobbies slash places to visit, which is the library. I am an avid reader. It is objectively fiscally irresponsible to buy every book you read if you read a lot. I'm sorry, hot take. So for that reason, I utilize the library for about 85% of my books. I think I have a few books on hold, so we're gonna go pick those up. This is why I love the library, because I literally was about to buy both of these books, and this one would have cost like 30 bucks because it's hardcover, and this one I think it's on paperback, so but still would have cost like $20. The Girls Who Grew Big and One Golden Summer. So I'm very excited, and I'm going to be probably reading these this week whenever I finish the books I'm reading right now. I also love to check out the cookbooks, as I mentioned earlier. So we're gonna see if they have any fun new cookbooks. I also like to check out nonfiction books here, because if the book is a complete flop and I like don't resonate with the nonfiction, or I think it's problematic, or I just quite frankly will never read it again, I don't want to own it. There have been many books where I have rented it, loved it, and then ended up paying full price for it just because I know I'd keep coming back to it. Okay, we have Alright, we have a library book haul. The benefit of using the library is that you can kind of black out and check out way more books than you're realistically going to read, because you can just return them. No foul, no game. No harm, no gain. Something like that. And at least in Minnesota, at least for my libraries, they have done without late fees. So they've waived late fees. So if you are a week or two late, you're not getting charged, which is great, because I've been known to accrue some library late fees in my day. I got The Girls Who Grew Big. I think this is like a 16-year-old who gets pregnant. It's like Teen Mom vibes, maybe with a little more substance than the show Teen Mom. All right, next up on the docket is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. Just your classic rom-com, summer, easy chick flick read. Truth be told, she's not my favorite author. I think some of her books are quite predictable, which is par for the course for a rom-com, but honestly, I just really like the covers, so I am in fact judging books by their covers. Next we got Fired Up. This is a memoir by Shannon Watts, who's the founder of Moms Demand Action, the gun safety and pro-gun reform. Very relevant, as there was just a mass shooting in Minnesota. Finally, First Comes the Like. I don't know, I am kind of in a chick flick romance era, I guess. I was just intrigued by the YouTube play button, so that was it. If it didn't have that, I would not have checked out this book. That is what I got from the library today. Howdy, y'all. I'm coming to you live from in front of my new home library that my husband built for me. This is like a dream, because now all my books are displayed in one spot, whereas before they were kind of all over the house. To wrap up this section of the hobby video, I thought I'd give you a little home library tour, because I have not showcased my new book setup on YouTube yet, and that is damn near criminal. So on the left side, this is where I have all my fiction, predominantly fiction, but also some romance books. Here I have all my Ellen Hildebrands, which are my pride and joy, and I have a tiny little mini library that I made. You can get those at like Michael's and stuff. They're super fun. Then down here we have some cookbooks and then some photo albums and journals. Down below, this is more fiction, thrillers, kind of a hodgepodge of genres. Down below, this is a combination of my to be read library books and my record player. This whole side is nonfiction, like it's a combination of self-help, social science, politics, law, anything and everything to grow the brain a little bit. This shelf, these are all my husband's books, as well as his cacti. Oh, here's some more fiction books as well. I have read all these books except for a few on the lower shelf. This shelf is also, these are my husband's books. This is my craft supplies. That has all our board games. And then this is tech, mostly all my camera equipment. All right, and then to cap off this video, what better way than a quick little book review of the most recent book that I read, which is none other than The Love Hypothesis. I actually found this. It's a brand new copy in a free little library or like a lending library. And I know there's a movie, the movie adaptation of this with Lily Reinhart is coming out soon. Perfect timing. So I snatched it up and it all went downhill from there. Okay. I just need to preface this review by saying I am not a rom-com romance book girly by any means. I do dabble. I read them, maybe one a month because, if you hit the right one, they are enjoyable, they're fluffy, they're cute, they're romantic. But this book reminds me why I don't read them and why they're not continuously in my rotation, because I'm not kidding. The entire time I was reading this book, I had this look on my face. I was like, without giving any spoilers away, I just have to say the fake dating trope is the dumbest shit of my life. Maybe I'm just a very rational person, but in no scenario in real life would someone fake date if you're, older than 5th grade. If you have to fake date for your friends or your family, it's a toxic dynamic. It's just weird. It's like very weird. And so the fact that that's a mainstream trope is just, there's no natural way to make it not cringy. So that's my first qualm with this book. The second qualm with this book, and a lot of romance books in general, is the infantilization of the woman. Sure, it's modern day, like damsel in distress, but this one specifically, it just felt like he was very like patronizing and like, man to the rescue, I'm gonna save you. And it was just gross. I didn't vibe with it. And also the main character was so unlikable. She was so unlikable. The whole plot was based on her just lying. Why is it so hard to tell the truth? Like I don't understand. So I'm sorry this was a negative Nancy review. I am going to see the movie because I just love movie adaptations, even if I didn't love the book, seeing how they bring it to life. Ali Hazelwood, she is a good writer. This has nothing to do with her as a writer. It has to do with, one, the plot in the book, but also just I am not a romance book girly. Like, I am not the target audience for these books. I know so many people who love this book, and I'm just not one of them. I thought it was kind of cringy. This is going straight back to the little free library because rest assured I will not be rereading it. And that also brings us to the end of this video. Make sure to subscribe if you like vlog style videos like this. I'm a 20-something creator in Minneapolis, Minnesota, law school content, the whole shebang, and I would love if you subscribed. I will see you in the next video. Peace.